Yeah. So it's all good. So for folks who are new to the lunch break, Andy Yanez is joining us, and Andy's from Gallery Sports. He's part of Let's Rage Cougs, our post game show where we discuss the Cougs, the unofficial post game show for Houston Cougars football and men's basketball, and also part of the Folks Talking Sports crew, where we talk sports on Sundays with Willie Gibson, who should be joining us in about 15 or 20 minutes. So it's going to be a full house here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E on the BS3 network. And if you have a Roku streaming device, just download BS3 TV. If not, go to bs3network.com. So once again, Andy Yanez, we are on Roku TV right now. And hopefully at some point this year, we might be, as in Folks Talking Sports, or heck, Let's Rage Cougs might be part of the BS3 family as well. Andy,
Wait, wait,
go ahead.
wait, Chris or Andy, like, can y'all like shake your magic 8 ball and do y'all have any insight on when the Big 12 football schedule is going to be released for next season?
No.
Let's talk about that right
Your,
now.
your guess is as good as mine because according to the UCF AD, he backpedaled in it almost immediately. It was supposed to come out 2 days ago. This
Yeah,
coming Tuesday, January 17th.
yeah.
Going back to when Brett Yormark was on campus not too long ago. Well, in September, there was noise that the schedule was going to release late November, early December. Then Houston head coach Dana Holgerson said apparently he had already taken a look at the schedule. He said, "Oh, you guys aren't going to wait until that schedule comes out. It's going to be," he kept hyping it up how tough the schedule was going to be.
Right.
And then it was supposed to be sometime in December, got pushed back. Then, okay, maybe early January, got pushed back. And it just continues to get pushed back. And it's not entirely, there's no specific reason as to why it has not been released yet.
Because I mean, I thought maybe okay, end of the football regular season they'd release it kind of before bowl season, and then okay, so TCU's in college football playoff. Okay, so maybe after the championship game, early January, and then here we are. And I mean, and the thing is the fact that signing day is happening in 2 weeks. So like after that, before March Madness, I mean, like when do we find out?
Well, and Kennetra, you were there. We were there at the Big 12 basketball tip-off,
Mm-hmm.
and Commissioner Yormark said then that he expected it to be in November, late November, or early December. And then Andy went to the rest of the timeline. Well, we're past January 17th, as A.D. Mohair said. I think Josh Duarte from Chronicle Colleague also said it should be out by now. It's not out. Commissioner Yormark, he swears to us, well, he didn't swear to us, but he says that the delay has nothing to do with negotiations between the conference and Texas and Oklahoma. Early exit. Right. Okay, Brett. Yes, sure. Right. If you
So
want us to
so
believe
then
that.
if it's not if you insist it's not that, then what is it?
And what is it? Yes, what else could it be? What do you think it is, Kenitra? Let's go
Uh,
around
that
the
that's what I think it is. Just trying to figure out instead of 2025, negotiating a buyout for Texas and OU. I mean, yeah, it takes a little configuration to work in a schedule for you now for other teams. Simple math. You're
Yep.
losing two, you're adding four, but then the timeline of when those two depart, when the four are coming in. So now you're trying to figure out, okay, because trying to get from Morgantown to Provo or Orlando to Provo, that takes some logistic planning. But
Yes.
I'm sure all of the director of operations for the respective conference partner football programs would like to know as soon as possible so that they can make travel arrangements.
And what do you think it is?
If it's not Texas and OU, that's the head scratcher. And what's even more head scratching about it is that it seemed like they had a schedule in place because I don't think Dana Holgerson was just rattling off what the schedule was going to be like out of nothing. I think he had something that was resembling a conference schedule, and then it seemed like there was agreement that it was going to get released, and then it just seems like in the last month plus there's been a shift. I don't know if it's they have to make last minute changes which again, if it's not Texas and OU, what could you factor it in?
Yeah.
It's so odd. It's so weird.